When you have people like Atwoli swinging around with golden chains everywhere and talking about irrelevant things, Mr. Speaker, instead of defending the workers' interests, who is going to defend the workers, Mr. Speaker? Who is going to defend the workers? In fact, Mr. Speaker, when we talk about COTU, we must start thinking about the interests of COTU, because for the last 3 years, Atwoli has never spoken about the workers of this country. He's busy boasting about how much money he owns and how much influence he can peddle and what he can do, including but not limited to inviting Congolese musicians to come and entertain him in the glare of public eyes when workers are suffering. Mr. Speaker, we need to change our side. We need to change the way we do things in this country. And that is the person you are now putting on the board to go and check and see who is going to benefit from NHIF, Mr. Speaker. This is a big joke. This is a big joke, Mr. Speaker. And we want to see people being represented properly. I would have even loved, Mr. Speaker, instead of COTU, to see even a representative of MCAs in the country who interact with ordinary people on a daily basis, whose visitors every morning, Mr. Speaker, and these members here can bear witness. When you are in your village, out of every 10 people who visit you, 4 or 5 have health problems, another 3 or 4 have education problems, maybe 1 has a problem with the police. Health is a serious issue, Mr. Speaker. Every single harambe we do is to underwrite bills of the dead or bills of the living in hospitals. You take somebody to an ICU for a week, you're handed a bill of 3 million. Without insurance cover, Mr. Speaker, and this can be achieved. My brother, Professor Ngere, has been to Cuba like I have been, Mr. Speaker. Cuba is a country with 11 million people. It's a poor country. But education and healthcare in Cuba is free for everybody at any level. At any level. Nobody goes to an ICU and is obligated to pay a cent. The state underwrites. We can do better, Mr. Speaker. The president told us how the economy has grown by leaps and bounds. This growth must be reflected in social engineering and changing the lives of Kenyans by giving them clean water, better health care, better education, better roads, everything, Mr. Speaker. But above all, Mr. Speaker, even a person who doesn't travel on our roads falls sick. Even a person who hasn't gone to school falls sick. Even a person who doesn't work falls sick. Even a person who is the poor of the poor falls sick. That is the ring fence we want this bill to create. And if it doesn't create, Mr. Speaker, then it falls short of the glory that we expect from our committee. Mama Mary, you are staring at me and nodding in approval. We want to see at the committee stage for you to bring one fundamental, that NHIF is going to cover the low and the mighty in Kenya. That it matters not who you are. When you are sick, the pain of a poor man and the pain of a rich man is the same. The attention of a doctor to a poor man and a rich man is the same. That is the only way this House will stand and be counted as a true defender of not only devolution, but the people of Kenya who constitute the units of devolution.
So, Speaker, all the other amendments are basically consequential to the various issues that we have been raised. But what is important to the people of Kenya is how this money will be managed, how much is going to be contributed, and how will it be oversighted. Mr. Speaker, the last question I asked myself, and is the chair here of the committee, I don't know if we have internalized these amendments very well. I don't know whether we should be in a situation where we are in such a hurry. We wake up on Thursday morning, Mr. Speaker, by midday, Mr. Speaker, because we have moved this bill, it's not even 1 hour since we discussed. Then by midday, we are done, or come back in the afternoon, debate for 1 hour, and then run around, Mr. Speaker, before we digest the amendments that we think should be introduced in consonance with what we have raised in the floor of this House, and then complete the bill this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, for a bill of this magnitude, I am not convinced that we should be in a hurry, and I hope the leadership, you know, it's a shame in this house. It is rare nowadays to see leadership of this house, especially on the majority side. Mr. Speaker, to have them leading here. The bill is theirs. They are not here to collect the views. They are not here to listen to what we are contributing. They don't even know whether we are ready to pass this bill in the afternoon or not. Mr. Speaker, you know, this is unfortunate.